Hi, fourth graders. I'm excited to be doing some math with you again, even if it's virtually. I also wore my math shirt. Can you see? Here. Okay, just to remind you to keep practicing your facts. If you don't understand the shirt, show your parents. Okay? All right, let's do some math. This week we are on lessons 11 through 15. Okay, lesson 11. The learning target says we are going to be comparing and ordering mixed numbers in various forms, so fractions and decimals. Okay, it says plot the points on the number line using decimal form. Since they want it in decimal form and they only gave us one of the numbers in decimal form, we have to change the other ones to decimal form first and then put them on the number line. So let's do that. 1, 1, and 1/10. So that's just 1.1. 13 tenths. You can think of that as 13 dimes. Would be like $1 or one whole number and 3 more dimes. 1 1 and 20 hundredths. Like 20 pennies if we're talking about money again. And then this is like 129 pennies or 129 hundredths. So that would be $1.29. That one's already in decimal form, but we don't want to forget about it when we plot on the number line. Same thing here as this one, $1.02. All right, now we go through each one and put it where it should be on the number line. So our number line right now just goes to tenths, which is fine as long as you can figure that out when you get to these that have hundredths. I like to go like this, even at the beginning. That's $1.10, by the way. Okay, so $1.10. We just plotted that one on my messy marker here. Okay, $1. That'd be, well, that's already plotted, but 1.1. Okay, and then this one is 1.3. So over here, again, it's already labeled, but we'll do it again just to be thorough. 1 and 20 hundredths. Looks just like this, and it's not confusing because we added our 0 over here. Okay, 1 and 29 hundredths. Now this is where this comes in handy because it's really easy to see that if we have $1.29 or $1.20 and then $1.30 over here, this should go right here, and I'm gonna label it down here so we don't get confused. Okay, and then $1.11 and $1.02. By the way, I tell my students this all the time, but I make mistakes just like anybody else. So as I'm looking at this, I'm hoping they're all in the right spot. I think they are, but if I'm off by one, you should send me an email. Tell me, and I'll fix it or something. I'll send you an email back saying thanks. All right, next one. This is lesson 12. So if you get to lesson 12 on Zern, it says apply understanding of fraction equivalence to add tenths and hundredths. I did put a little note here. You might need scratch paper while you do these on Zern. You'll notice what I do over here is like using scratch paper. It's hard to do this in your head, all the steps, without making a little mistake. So it might be helpful if you have some scratch paper or something out. But it's just asking you to solve. But you'll notice you're trying to add dimes to pennies or tenths to hundredths. So it's easier to add if we have all the same unit. So we're going to change this to 90 pennies. And then add the 42 pennies. Okay, and 90 plus 42. And if you could do that in your head, go for it. If not, you can go off to the side somewhere. That's why I said scratch paper might be helpful. Okay, and add it this way. So 0 plus 2 is 2, 9 plus 4 is 13. So you end up with 132 hundredths. And if you're thinking about that as pennies, then because we have to write our answer as a decimal, we have 1 whole and 32 hundredths, or $1.32 would be our answer. Okay. All right. Cruising right along. Lesson 13 says we are going to be adding decimal numbers by converting to fraction form. So they give us some fractions they want to add, or mixed numbers that they want us to add. It does give us this tip, which is what we were just doing in lesson 12. It's like math makes sense sometimes. Okay, so convert from tenths to hundredths and then add. Okay, so 2 and 1/10, all they did was switch it right here. Instead of 1/10, they switched it to pennies or hundredths for us already. And then we can just add. We have 2 wholes still, and then we have 10 cents plus 3 cents. Okay, and then they want us to write it in decimal form. So this would be like $2.10 plus 3 cents, or $2.01 plus 3 hundredths. And that would just be $2.13. Okay, and you'd follow the same steps over here. We're doing the same things on Zern. If you have questions, check the math chat or learning lab on Zern. We usually make it optional so it doesn't force you through it, but if you're struggling to get through it, click on that before you do the Tower of Power and it will walk you through everything. All right, that's it for now. So we're looking for you guys to complete lessons 11, 12, and 13, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. Again, some of you are ahead. If that's the case, go do some Prodigy, some 4th grade review, and then check back later this week or next week for new assignments. Have a great day.